Last time on Dice Funk.
Erlin confided in you that the laboratory is disguised as a property tax office.
I feel like Johnny's trying to paint this picture where it's to, like, CSI reconstruct the events, the battle that went down here, but we're just like, yeah, a lot of things are broken and a lot of people are dead. Let's go.
And you do see what looks like it's made to mock up like a doorway.
Teleportation archway from the dungeon under the school.
On these pieces of paper, the image of the fang, the dagger that you found back at the school, is recurring. You recognize as being related somewhat to locator spells.
Like find object, find person.
Yeah.
Like that.
The bricks are bleeding?
A split second later, one of the bricks at about head height for Rinaldo opens up an eye. The bulging brick bursts.
Ew. This thing is gonna grab us and, like, hentai us. Let's just not be here when it happens.
This flagella is following you.
Burn behind you and just keep running.
So you can see through the fire and brimstone, if you will, the way in which the protuberance
Oh god, ew.
maneuvers its way through the doors. You're pretty sure you're getting a good look at what smashed them open. You're pretty sure in the noise that issues forth from it, that each one of you can hear your name. Sorry, except for Anne.
Oh shit. Oh, we touched the orb! We touched the orb!
The bridge, he says. It's what we use to travel back and forth between the school. Kind of like the orb, the fang is part of it.
Ooh, it teleported him to the meat dimension.
The suggestion, Erlin is suggesting here that Lonergan was using these spells to try and locate the fang, and then use the bridge to take him to the fang. But if the fang is a part of Gorfanax, and the bridge took him to the fang,
Then it took him there.
Lonergan may have gone somewhere else.
Yeah, to the meat dimension.
Wherever Gorfanax is.
We still need to find the fang.
Those papers, I mean, and you don't know how to do it, but Erlin, do you know how we could use these papers to track down the fang?
He looks at the diagrams and the notes and everything and says, you know, it's possible that we could try and jerry-rig something.
Let's do that.
I actually went through the Dice Funk tag on Twitter and was going back through shit, and I found the tweet that Johnny put out a while ago, like in friggin', I don't know what it was, like December, where he goes, I listened to the first episode and those poor bastards had no idea what they were in for.
How true.
There's some good foreshadowing in there. In like the second episode, Friedrich said something about sending Anne to the sanitarium.
That is true. Wow, yeah. I've been re-listening to him, and I'm kind of like sitting there going, oh my god, we're the worst at picking up cues.
I don't know if we're the worst, necessarily. It's just that it would be out of character for me to pick up on them sometimes.
That's true.
So I have to leave it to you guys.
Yeah. Ronaldo's only good when there's a fight going on. It's a shame that he's been in like 4 in the last 31 episodes. But maybe we'll get a boss fight soon.
Think about how different this all would have turned out if I had just rolled a different intelligence score. Just that one stat.
Would have been a completely different show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for one thing, not just because of the humor, but we would have won. I mean, we would have saved Yulik, and then I mean, we wouldn't have won immediately because apparently we were still working for Tamsin, but things would have shaken out differently after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only regret I really have is fucking staying there. I should have just left when I had the chance, damn it.
I hope there's gonna be a whole genre of fan fiction, like Elseworld stories where Anne was smart. What if? You know how Johnny always says this point in time?
Oh,
and it's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I recently recorded a podcast with his brother, and he doesn't say at this point in time as much, but he definitely says it, and he also has as a tick. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is with that family.
They're super Canadian.
No, he's not. His brother's from Texas, which I made the same joke, and I also failed that test.
Oh, man.
But they're like Coen Brothers characters, where they have like weird ticks. It's cool.
Yeah. I when I edit when I edit WordFunk, I notice like I can almost tell who is talking just by the the wavelength and everything. If Johnny is talking, there's a lot of long pauses. If it's me, there's these breaks where I say and a lot. I usually edit those out. And Austin speaks perfectly. So if there's just a nice flow, and I'm like, okay, this is an awesome part, I can just skip this part. And
perfectly and rapidly. And then Leon, you also do the thing where over time you slowly get quieter, you're being squeezed, and all the.
I've noticed that about you, man. I'm just like, what? Like,
I slowly lose interest.
Is that
each individual
whatever it is I'm doing? It's really hard for me to sit still for a long period of time. So that's But now, because of the way we record WordFunk now, because Skype recording doesn't work and we have to do it this way again, now it's like so much longer. So it's like a pain in the butt. But that's just the way it is because Skype bonked.
In other news, I finally put like shit together to make an LLC for my documentary. Hooray!
There you go.
Limited Lemon City?
Hooray!
No, not hooray. More like hooroo, because I have to like do a fucking capstone or something.
So it's more hooroo.
Grad school sucks.
Okay.
I think hooroo is the sound that sad wolves make.
Hooroo.
Hooroo. Hooroo.
Oh, gosh.
All right, we're half an hour late, so let's start.
Okay. As I recall, the party was deciding to settle down for a rest for a little while. Is that right?
We had 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours, while Erlen and his lackeys got together and obtained just about everything they could to try and locate the Fang. Was that right? Was that sound familiar to everybody?
Yeah.
They were getting the materials to make so he could do the spell so he could locate the Fang, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, almost word for word.
Jeez, sassy.
Sassy Johnny.
I have not had a very good day today. Just, somebody might get hit with lightning today.
Okay.
Right out of the blue, possibly indoors. Nobody's safe. So tread lightly, children.
It's a shame because I was really planning on goofing off.
So, while you guys are hunkered down in the herbalist shop for a few hours, nothing much goes on. The air is very pleasantly aromatic. Got some nice smelling herbs. You're having a relaxing time. Just chamomile in the air, right? One by one, the two guys that Erlen has sent out to collect ingredients kind of shuffle into the shop. It takes them quite a while to do it because the streets are still not safe outside, and everybody knows this. And they go out in disguise because wandering around the streets in a Stone Root Guard uniform is possibly the stupidest thing that you could do at a time like this. But they both manage to make it back to the shop in about 2 hours untouched and with all of the things that Erlen has asked for. He wanders to the corner of the shop that you guys have kind of made your temporary camp for the past couple of hours and says, I have all the things if you guys are ready to begin.
We're very ready.
So he wanders over to a portion of the shop that he has deliberately cleared away to make a little bit of space for what he discerns is the ritual that Lonergan was attempting to cast. At least the locator portion of it. So he takes his little container full of a mixed substance and very carefully, while uttering some low words and arcane chants and you kind of pick up on like a little bit. You're sort of like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. He begins to paint a symbol in the floor. Heavily featured in the ritual is a forked twig, sometimes commonly referred to as a dowsing rod. As what you believe, Anne, he comes to the closing of the ritual. The dowsing rod very briefly takes on a somewhat luminescent glow to it, and then kind of settles to a slightly duller sheen, but still kind of has this slightly, ephemeral kind of quality to it. Like, it looks a little shinier, like it doesn't quite belong, like it's kind of been polished out of reality. So, Erlen, picking the dowsing rod up, kind of like, waves it around a little bit, utters a couple more words, and it begins to pulse slightly, the light in the rod. He comes to sort of one direction, facing in one direction, and the dowsing rod goes a sort of solid light. It goes from pulsing to a slow climb to a constant low light. Not much, not bright, not blinding or anything like that. But the light spreads into his hands. You see his hands begin to glow, and then his eyes begin to glow a little bit too. And he kind of like whispers to himself a little bit. You're not sure what he's saying. The glow dims, and a regular look returns to his eyes. And he says, I think I know where it is, but I'm a little surprised or unsure.
Is it in your pocket? Do you have it the whole time?
He gives you a dismissive look.
Anne is used to it.
I think it's at the church.
The church?
It didn't look like the church.
Because it's burned down, or because of something gross and meaty and tentacly?
He says, no, it was dark and damp. Possibly a basement? I get the impression that it's underground somewhere.
We gotta dig up the church.
Yeah, it's not that weird that churches have basements, so...
Yeah, okay. Alright, Rinaldo says, okay, so should we go to the church basement?
If Danyan turns out to be a bad guy, I'm going to be really upset. I liked him.
Alright, Rinaldo says, if that's where we gotta go, then that's where we gotta go. So we'll go get the fang, and we'll come bring it back here. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Alright, Rinaldo gets his stuff together and says, okay. Oh, by the way, Johnny, what time of day is it? Like, I'm just trying to get a feel for what's going on.
Now? You're looking at afternoon by now.
Okay. Alright, let's go before it's dark then.
Erlen hands Anne. He hands you the dowsing rod and says, once you get there, this should help you find it.
Thank you. I was there before when I lost it, and I did cast Detect Magic and did not find it, so that's weird.
We were on the wrong floor. It probably has a range.
Yeah, it does. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Okay, so heading out once again. Through the perspicacious skills of Allana, you managed to make it across the city in record time to the church, which it appears has managed to get out most of the burned and damaged things out front, and now laborers very carefully are attempting to clear the pile of burnt wreckage away. The doors are open to the church, however, and you can make your way into the nave with very little trouble, it seems.
Before we go in, can Anne, whistle for Marshmallow? Because that's half my character, and I haven't had it in 10 episodes.
I know.
You said that in a way that indicates that you don't care.
Last time you did a perception check to see where Marshmallow was, but you weren't high enough. You could only tell that Marshmallow was still alive. So can't you just roll perception again? I mean, enough time has passed.
I'm always high enough for this, Leon. But I think I tried to detect his existence before. Now I'm just I've dispensed with stealth. I'm just trying to broadcast to the city that here I am, which isn't the smartest thing, but I would like my ferret.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you have to ask Johnny what your powers
According
are.
to your sixth sense on the matter, you are still quite sure that Marshmallow is alive, yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can signal him.
Oh yeah, go for it. Whistle, scream, wave your arms, shake your hands in the air, just shake them like you just don't care. You put your left foot in, you push your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and then you shake it all about.
Is that a performance check to the Hokey Pokey, or any of those similar things?
Only if you were trying to do it subtly, let's say you were trying to signal someone by doing the Hokey Pokey, but you didn't want everybody to know you were doing the Hokey Pokey. I'm under the impression here that Anne is just doing the Hokey Pokey.
Anna's going to use thaumaturgy to do super voice, and she's just going to yell marshmallow.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, because, should we not do that? Because I don't know about you, but I'm still worried about them. Oh, God.
It's too late. It's done.
God damn it.
If Anne has done this, Rinaldo rushes over to her and says, "No, Anne, no," and like puts his hand over her mouth.
Why? He was being chased by stoneroot guards, and they're our friends now. You have the ring.
But there's other guards. There's the invaders, and who knows what. This is a very precarious situation here.
You're a precarious situation.
Okay. Did Anne get her voice out or what?
Oh yeah, I mean, Anne got a good marsh at least before you got your hand over the mouth.
All right. Any response from the neighborhood or Marshmallow?
Not that you can hear. Ferrets don't necessarily make incredibly loud noises, though.
Okay.
Yeah, Austin, a flare suddenly goes up over the city center.
It's the marshmallow signal.
All right.
But it's out there. You got your voice out there.
Okay. Good enough. Let's go in. Butt touch for Rinaldo to lead the way.
Okay. Rinaldo marches in.
1. I like how we've turned grab ass into a game mechanic.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
You wander into the church. Congratulations. You feel slightly more holy than you did a second ago.
Great. Anyone inside?
All of us, or just Anne?
Everybody.
Right.
Everybody's like, ooh.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
I mean, we already know what it looks like, but is there anyone inside that we can immediately see or hear?
You see some townspeople. It seems like a number of people in the town have opted to come to the church as a means of shelter, under worry that the city is actually under occupation and attack. So the first crowd that you're greeted with really is more a collection of worried townsfolk and commoners who are all kind of like huddling about.
Okay. Do we see Daniel?
Not immediately, no. But you do see some of the other clergy people milling about and attempting to calm and soothe the townsfolk.
Okay, Rinaldo goes searching the church for Daniel. He feels like he's our best ally and will let us into his basement.
All right. So you search around the church. Daniel's not too hard to find. He's a go-to guy, you know. Everybody respects him. He's Johnny on the spot, on the job. Didn't get much sleep last night. He's looking pretty raggedy, but he's there, you know, pimping his craft, letting everybody know the word.
Rinaldo walks up and says, Daniel, do you have a basement? And if so, can we go into it?
He says, well, most of the catacombs have been sealed up for ages now. I can't remember the last time anyone was down there.
Well, here's the thing. We need to get something that's down there. And, don't worry, though. All you got to do is point us the way, and the dowsing rod will do the rest. And Rinaldo sort of like motions to Anne, who has the rod, I guess.
Anne waves it at him.
The dowsing rod is now that you're in the church, kind of like glowing a little bit. And he goes, oh, interesting. Well, I suppose we could try and get one of the doors open.
I can use my mighty strength.
Is the dowsing rod pointing down?
The dowsing rod is pointing whatever way you're holding it.
Oh, I thought it were like pointed in the direction we need to go.
No, it's something that you hold on to. It's not like, you know, Navi from Ocarina of Time.
All right.
It doesn't just like fly around and being like, this way. Come on. Hey.
Well, how is it helpful?
You do notice that when you're pointing it in different directions, the intensity of the light with which it glows changes.
Okay. I thought it was going to point, but...
Changes how?
You point it in some directions, the light gets brighter.
Okay.
You point it in pretty much every other direction, it gets dimmer.
Okay, I thought it meant, like, change color or something. My bad.
Okay, Rinaldo just tells Anne to keep an eye on it, and says to Daniel, he says, all right, show me the way.
Okay, come this way, please. And he starts moving in a direction sort of towards the back of the church. You notice the dowsing rod get dimmer.
Oh shit, that's not good. Damn it.
Danyon, are there any other basements? You said doors to the catacombs. Is there another one? My stick's acting weird.
He says, no, it's just a set of double doors down this way. And he motions to the direction he was walking.
Hey, Danyon, suck my insight check. 17.
That's good.
What are you trying to discern?
If he's being straight with us, is he hiding something? Is he being weird?
It seems like he's being on the level.
Okay, I'm gonna do an insight check too, just because it can't hurt anything. I mean, it's not gonna be...
I gave you +1.
Yeah, it's not gonna be as high as that, but, I don't like the sound of Johnny's voice on this. 9, so he...
I'm also going to make an insight check.
Why not? Let's all do it.
15.
Can't we just combine all that?
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna ask Danyon if all the if the catacombs are more of like a maze, and maybe the glowy stick of destiny is basically only getting less bright because we're not on the correct floor of the catacombs.
He says, "You brought the stick. I have no idea how it works."
No, I'm just asking if there's a maze underneath us.
He says, "The church has been here for a long, long time. Some people even stipulate that it predates the existence of Stoneroot itself in some shape or form."
Oh, God.
I look at Rinaldo and nod my head. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a thing.
Real quick, can I just follow the stick's brightness-ometer, the britometer, to see where it's brightest on this floor, and check out that area?
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna be like, "Hang on, Danyon. Gotta check my stick out, see if it's working all right."
Exactly. I gotta check how the stick do.
How the stick do?
Well, come and find me when you need my help. I'll be more than happy to bring you to the catacombs. He wanders off in a very pious way.
The pious of ways.
Yeah. It's the most holy amble you've ever seen in your entire life. You're like, that is one relaxed dude that goes with the gods.
Okay.
He doesn't have sex out of wedlock or do any drugs or eat meat on Fridays the whole way across the room.
Imagine, if you will, the relaxed gait of the dude. Only like in, not a robe, but like a robe.
Don't make me think of this guy as Jeff Bridges just before he betrays us. My heart can't take it.
All right. While Anne, gosh, is this a good idea? No, it's not. So I'm gonna do it. While Anne plays with her light bright, Rinaldo sort of like ambles over to Danyon, and like he doesn't draw steel or anything, but he sort of like puts an arm next to the wall against him near his face, and he says, "You wouldn't be lying to us, would you?"
Are you doing like that 80s movie bully thing?
Oh yeah.
Hey, question. Can I use a stealthy thing and slink into the shadows just in case he decides to betray us so I can assassinate his ass? Because I can do that, apparently.
Okay.
Just checked my character sheet. Apparently I'm allowed to assassinate people as long as they don't see me coming, and all surprise hits are critical.
Nice.
Good for me?
I guess.
Is that a thing I can do, Johnny?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay. I am so not stealthy! I rolled a 1! Yay!
She botches her stealth roll, trips, and falls out a window.
You somehow remove shadows.
From everything.
No, what follows is a very amusing sequence involving a table of sacrament wine.
Oh god.
A particularly slippery part of floor, a poorly hung drape that's just on the verge of breaking, and a wooden piece of furniture that smashes once sat in.
I'm getting the idea that Daniel is being completely straight with us and that we just don't understand how this stick works. But it's too late because Rinaldo already said his thing. Is that an intimidation check? I guess that's the closest thing.
If you're trying to intimidate him, yes, it's an intimidation check.
Are you trying to intimidate the priest? Is that is the question?
I mean, unless you roll like a natural 20 and or possess the voice of his god, I don't think it's gonna work.
I guess I am trying to intimidate the priest, so I'm rolling for it. I do get a lot for intimidation.
Okay.
But it's not good.
Not enough.
I get +6 for intimidation and still manage to get a 10. So, yeah.
God, we suck.
That was the most mediocre intimidating I could have done. All right.
Before that dude lays a holy beatdown on Rinaldo, can I find out what's at the end of my magic stick?
I'm assuming that you've just wandered off from this fiasco at this point in time. The world's most comedic assassination attempt, and the least inspiring gimme your lunch money speech you've ever seen anybody deliver.
Yeah.
We're the most inept party ever.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the spot where it's glowiest.
Okay, so while your compatriots are exhibiting their particular skills at making spectacles of themselves, by following the glowy stick, Anne, you find yourself being led back to the office in which you were staying, where you last saw the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And upon entrance of the office, you notice something distinctly different about the room, insofar as that an entire doorway has appeared in the wall where there was none. It looks unusual to you in more than just the way that it appears to have suddenly materialized out of thin air, but its architectural design, the way that the arch is formed, does not cohere to the rest of the church. However, around the aperture that the doorway opens to, it looks almost as though somebody has kind of pulled the stones from the wall. Like it looks like somebody just made a hole in the wall and then tried to fashion a door frame afterwards. There's a kind of cold, slimy moisture lining the edges of the doorway, and a unpleasant warm smell emanating from within. As you find this, of course, Jess pulls an Inspector Clouseau routine, and Leon impresses no one, and Danyan turns around and, with a couple of confident strides, gets right up in your face, Rinaldo, and says, "I beg your pardon? I have brought you people into my place of worship, my sanctuary. How dare you impugn, sir, that I have been less than honest with you, and to imply that if I hadn't been honest with you, that you would wreak some terrible kind of punishment upon me? I answer not to you, not to any earthly man, but a higher power. And unless you come bearing that power down upon me, I suggest that you leave."
I mean, as soon as Anne finds the door, she's going to use her shouty thaumaturgy to yell for Rinaldo and Allana. And Danyan, why not?
No, not Danyan.
No, she just yells, "Hey, everybody! Look what I found!"
I'm gonna get up and go over there.
Rinaldo says, "You're lucky my halfling called for me." And then he walks over to Anne.
Danyan is giving you the stink eye and following.
Can I look at Rinaldo and go, real smooth?
Covered in sacrament wine and still half covered by a semi-broken tapestry that flopped down onto your head that kind of ushered you into a breakable chair, you look just absolutely perfect saying that to him.
Okay, Rinaldo, all right, what exactly is Rinaldo looking at? You said there was a gross door. What?
I'm saying that there is. This is the room that you guys stayed in.
Yeah.
For a little while, the last time that you were here, the office, and there is a doorway in a wall now that's a surprise to everybody. And I say everybody because when Danyan follows you into the room, the stink eye that he's giving you, Rinaldo, kind of vanishes rather immediately, and he seems transfixed by the presence of the door, and moves to inspect it, kind of whispering to his god of worship in disbelief.
While that's happening, Anne's going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
I'm going to shrug off the tapestry and try to get as much of the wine off of me as possible.
Okay.
All right. Austin, Anne does detect a faint a tinge of magic coming from the walls inside the door. But it's not present. It occurs to you that it's more like an echo of magic than the actual presence of it.
So would you say it seems like someone used magic to form this door, and not that the door is inherently magic?
I would probably say something exactly like that.
Okay. Rinaldo, when we're looking at the door, when you say it's a door, does it just look like a door, or does it look like the portal we saw before, where it's like it's an archway but gross?
No, it's from, like, the walls on the inside are still stone. Like I said, there's a kind of a slick substance that's kind of like coating the stone, slimy, if you will.
Okay.
It does look different than the other doors in the church, however.
Okay.
Like, it
Right.
doesn't look as refined in its design. Like, it doesn't look like whoever created this door was trying to make some grandiose chapel dedicated to the worship of a deity or something like that. It looks cruder than that. Function over form.
Danyan, who was the last person that came in this room?
He says, I'm not sure. It's been a very, very busy day. People have been in and out of the church all morning and all afternoon long. I've had trouble keeping track of everybody.
Is it dark on the other side? Does it look like it's going down?
Yeah, it is going down. It is dark.
Anne touches everybody's equipment and casts light on them so that everyone can see where we're going.
All right. Rinaldo says, "Stand aside, Dan Onion. We'll take it from here." And then he goes into the door.
Bye, Danyan! Anne waves heartily.
Danyan continues to be fascinated by the door, inspecting it. So the stairwell dips down pretty quickly. It's a steep incline. And it doesn't seem to be going down in any organized pattern. It winds left and right, sometimes turning into tight spirals, sometimes wide spirals. And you're on it for a few minutes, going in random, strange, uncharacteristic patterns. Something that doesn't seem like it would belong in an organized church basement building. It's definitely unpleasant. None of you are enjoying your time. It's moist, it's hot, and this revolting dead air keeps moving towards you in invasive, like almost intimate gusts. Like it's not blowing past you, it's just blowing into you and then hanging around.
All right.
When the steps finally end, after a several-minute descent in what would be total darkness except for your illuminated equipment, the opening at the bottom reveals a chamber of soft, muddy ground, walled by bricks that appear to be seeping blood.
Oh, I just had a really upsetting thought. Do you guys want to know it?
Not really.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Too bad. Gorfanax is the stones, right?
Yep.
And the whole city is made out of the stones.
Yep.
Is he bleeding?
I burned a lot of the city.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I think this is the most dangerous place to be.
Yeah, especially since he's probably mad at you.
And it's all like hot and stuff in here, like a body. I don't know what's happening, but I'm scared and it's bad.
Ronaldo sort of like hugs Anne to like calm her down and says, "We have to keep moving now, okay?"
Is the dowsing rod getting brighter the deeper in we go?
The dowsing rod, once you've reached the chamber at the bottom of the stairs, has not only kind of reached a brightness reminiscent of what it managed to do in Erlin's hands back at the herbalist shop, but it also begins to vibrate slightly.
Okay, I cast detect magic. So is there any glow around here?
There is a lump of I'm gonna go with goo.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of somewhere near the center of this little muddy grounded chamber that you've come onto. Above it, there's a hole in the ceiling. It looks like, with this foul fluids just dripping onto this blob sitting on the ground.
I have a question, and it's just about magic. When Anne casts detect magic, can she see the glowing magic thing, or can everyone now see the glowing magic thing? Because I genuinely don't know that.
Oh, based on the spell, only I can.
Oh, only you can? Okay, then Rinaldo does not react.
Allana, you seem like you're the sneakiest of us. I said something magic in that pile right there. Do you want to sneak over and see if you can grab it? Because I don't know what else is down here, and Rinaldo's in heavy armor, and I have silly chubby legs.
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
It's your time to shine.
Oh God.
You approach the lump of mucus.
God.
That appears to be lined with a little bit of blood as well. Like there's a few fluids in there, but I mean it's not like in a completely liquid state at this point in time. There's a little bit of coalescing that's happened. Like it's about the size of a melon, like a watermelon, decently sized watermelon. Not one of those like little round cute ones that you could like eat by yourself. I'm talking like, summertime watermelons.
Anne's gonna give her a little butt smack as she walks away. 2. I don't know if you're gonna like stealth over there or what.
Rinaldo looks jealous.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stealth over there, so now it's +7.
Stealth away.
15.
That's good.
The ground's not tremendously cooperative or conducive to stealth. It's a little squishy,
Yeah.
It's got this like muddy kind of texture to it. It's not completely solid, but you do a fairly decent job of minimizing the amount of gooshing on your way towards this watermelon-sized lump of gross.
Rinaldo and Anne are hanging back at like the perimeter of the squishy area.
I swear to God, if I get sacrificed for you people again, I'm gonna be so angry. Anyway, go ahead.
Rinaldo puts his hands on his weapons like he's ready to draw just in case, but he doesn't yet.
All right, you crouch over top of the lump of goo. What's up?
What's up? Touch that melon.
I guess I poke it. I mean...
All right.
You poke the goo? Jess, I'm going to need you to say I poke the goo for the listeners.
No, I don't want to say... fine. I poke the goo.
Okay, goo poked. Upon initial inspection of the goo, you come to the conclusion that there's a sort of a membrane kind of covering the outside of it, that's sort of allowing it to keep shape. But you're pretty sure that if you got something in there with, just a little bit of force, doesn't have to be like murderous, stabby rage or anything like that, you would probably be able to pierce through the membrane and investigate the rest of it.
I'll take a bolt and shove it in there a little bit.
All right. You take a bolt and jam it into the membrane that's kind of allowing the goo to keep shape. You ever
Oh, God.
I swear to God.
He's firing up the metaphor machine.
No, you ever put a marshmallow in the microwave for just a little too long?
Yeah.
I've never done that, but okay.
So now I'm covered in goo and sacrificial wine? Is that what you're telling me?
No. It's not like, I mean, this is, when I say a little too long, I'm not talking about like, hey, let's make a marshmallow explode in the microwave.
Oh, good, because I would have been so upset.
But no, you know that there's that point in time where it just starts to like gain mass, or I should say volume, excuse me, not mass, where the marshmallow just kind of like seems to multiply itself.
Yeah, like it becomes a little bit poofier on the top.
Yeah, it loses form and just kind of like, you know, its insides come out, but it kind of makes it look like it's expanding a little bit.
Yeah.
You kind of get that, only it's a lot more yellow and red.
Ew.
The insides that now find themselves on the outsides behave a lot more like just regular, thick, kind of slimy fluids, and find themselves sort of like settling off to the side. With a little bit more effort, you probably feel like you could drain.
I'll drain it. I'll drain the goo.
Okay. While the goo is draining, it comes to visibility. An object has been sitting inside. Unfortunately, the fluids not necessarily being that conducive to seeing through. At first, it's only a vague shape, but as the fluids drain away, you find yourself confronted by what looks like a large tooth. Like a tooth probably about the size of maybe half a human's forearm, like the length of half a human's forearm.
Would you call it a fang?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a fang. It's a little more reminiscent of like a canine tooth. Like it's thin. It is sharp on one end. And, I mean, Allana, unfortunately, has never seen the Fang of Gorfanax before, so the handle that's been jammed into the root of the tooth doesn't look familiar at all. But knowing that she's looking for something called the Fang of Gorfanax, you're pretty sure this is it.
Hey guys, I think I found it.
Rinaldo says, get the thing.
Why is this up for discussion?
How about you come over here and pick up the thing?
I'm okay.
No, Rinaldo actually he sort of like steps in front of Anne and says, "I will hold the fang from now on," and he walks over there and he takes it.
Okay. Upon approaching the fang, Leon, you do recognize the handle. And the general shape of the tooth, too, is reminiscent of the dagger that you used to have in your possession, although it looks a little smaller, as though, you know, perhaps the dagger had been an encasing of the fang before, and now, somehow, something has, I don't know, removed the casing? Like, I don't know, it was digested off or something?
Okay. Rinaldo...
We get it, Johnny. It's gross. Yeah. Thanks.
Rinaldo now has the Orb of Gorfanax and the Fang of Gorfanax, and I'm going to add that to my list. And he says, "Let's go now."
Okay, before we go now, I just want to ask: Does there seem like there anywhere else we could go down here? Does this the terminus?
The chamber does kind of like open up in the other direction, but not in any specific way. Like it's less of a hallway and more of a grand hall.
So there could be other places, but I just might not be able to see them from here. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. It fades away into the distance, darkness, not a lot showing up to your eyesight, even with your light on.
That's fine. I just want to know, like, that there is more to explore down here if we wanted to. But yeah, our mission was to get the fang. Let's go back.
Yeah. Okay. I have another bad idea for Rinaldo to do, but he's not going to do it yet. But anyway, he puts the fang in one of his little, you know, dagger holster things that I assume he has, and he leads the way upstairs.
You take a step towards the stairs, and for a brief moment you're a little confused because you swear on your way towards the dagger that the ground in the chamber was level. Like it was a flat plane. But upon taking your first step, your foot catches as though there's a slight incline now. So you're almost trip up, but you're a dexterous guy. You can handle yourself. So you manage to get your foot down and catch yourself before you're seriously off balance. But the thought does occur to you, weird, I swear the ground was flat.
If we are inside something, I am going to cry.
Okay.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Rinaldo, as this is happening, Rinaldo says, "Let's run now." And then he does.
We need to have merch that says, let's run away.
As soon as you put your foot down on the slightly raised incline,
Yeah.
it falls. And a slightly deeper than your other foot. Now your other foot, the foot behind you, kind of gets lifted up. You're not really sure exactly what's going on, but a quick look at the ground reveals that it's almost like waves.
Are we on someone's tongue or something? All right.
Johnny, just be real with us. Is this just a way of of suddenly broaching your vor fetish? Is that what's happening right now?
No.
All right.
Look, we can talk about it like adults.
Look. Whether he's jiggling around or not, Rinaldo is trying to get his balance well enough and get everyone to the stairs.
We're running, yeah. I don't know if that was clear.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just have a look at your character sheet here, Rinaldo.
Yo.
Let's blow this cave of wonders.
Yeah, seriously, I'm with, like, the running plan.
Yeah, if I have to roll for something, I understand. I just,
Yeah, I'm gonna make this just a regular old dexterity check, if you please.
I do want to point out that I was like closer to where we came in than everybody. So if it's every halfling for themselves.
2!
Oh, crap.
R.I.P. Rinaldo.
Well, Rinaldo's attempting to move on unsteady ground at this point in time, and he's attempting to do it quickly, so...
I'm attempting the same thing, so I guess I should roll.
Make a dexterity check as well, Jess.
6. Not much better.
So, Jess, you get a couple of steps in, but both of you wind up down on the ground.
Okay.
And for a brief moment while you're down there, Rinaldo, you particularly are reminded of being on a boat, being from an island nation and everything. You spent a lot of time on the water. And when you're on the water in particularly stormy seas, that's what you're kind of reminded of. You're kind of reminded of lying on a boat that's getting hit by waves, the rocking of going kind of up and down and up and down. And now that you're not moving and not walking and your body is kind of spread across the ground, it feels like the ground is actually turning into waves. And here's the thing, children.
Yeah.
The waves are actually moving further back into the blackness that Anne was looking at. So they're going from the entryway that you came in. And as they hit you, they are pushing you back.
Is Gorfinax taking a shit and we're like in his bowels right now?
We gotta run in this escalator, boys.
Okay, yeah, can I make a check to stand up and try to avoid all of this being sucked in through the rectum of Gorfinax?
Yeah, make a check.
I guess. I mean, 11.
My favorite level of Sonic Adventure 2 is Rectum Escape, so this is great for me. Follow me, set me free, trust me, and we will escape from the rectum. I was at the edge of this. I was at the perimeter of this, so I started running when Leon said run.
So you're going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's split the party.
On your way up the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
you're experiencing some strange sort of side effects too. Except instead of the floors kind of waving at you, the walls are also waving at you, but they're kind of like pinching together, and then the pinch is kind of coming down the hallway towards you. So you can actually see this like narrow bottleneck in the hallway that looks like it might be difficult for you to squeeze through, coming your way slowly. Leon, you make it to your feet.
Okay.
Jess, are you doing the same?
I'm going to try to make it to my feet, yeah.
All right.
What's the roll for that? Just another dex? Or...
Dex. Yeah, Dex.
Natural 20?
Nice.
Oh, shit.
You do the Shawn Michaels flip up to your
Yeah,
feet.
I do the Shawn Michaels kip up. Like, what the fuck?
It's even fucking cooler than that. So this wave comes at you, and as it crests on top of you, you dip your hands down and manage to as the wave kind of moves along your body, you turn it into a somersault. Work a little bit of momentum up, and then as the next wave comes around, you spring out of the somersault off the top of the next wave, and just launch yourself at the door. And boom, in one fell swoop, you're gymnastics pose. You're fuck yeah, gold medal.
Okay. Actually, she would probably do that because she's really terrified, but hey, she sort of got to a place where she's not so terrified because she just did something really awesome, so I'd probably be fuck yeah.
Hey, can Rinaldo get to the stairs or what?
Make another dex check.
I guess I have to. I just gotta keep rolling until
And how are you doing this? Are you still running? You're running for it?
You could try to acrobatically be awesome me,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. I would. Can I do something with athletics to get to the stairs? Because Rinaldo has incredible athletics over here.
Okay. Yeah. Let's roll some athletics.
Okay. All right. 14.
14. You managed to stay on your feet.
Okay.
But because you're focused a little bit more on balance, because you're using athletics as opposed to just trying to run.
Yeah.
You make slow progress, and you get about halfway there. In the meantime, an ugly gurgling sound has started to echo out of the darkness behind you.
It is the rectum of Corphodex.
The pinch in the door has reached you. Make a strength check.
Oh shit.
Okay, well, I was going to say, you said I saw the pinching ahead of me. I saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Halflings have something called halfling nimbleness, which is used for moving past big creatures. Can I apply it here?
Let me look up halfling nimbleness in my rulebook.
Question, am I at the door, or am I in the middle of whatever the hell this is?
You're at the door. I've got it right here. You can move through the space of any creature that is of a size larger than yours.
Yeah, and I figure Wallmaster is probably bigger than Halfling.
I'm not sure about that. Because the idea about moving through a space of any creature that's of a size larger than yours is that you can manipulate smaller spaces to do it without, being blocked, essentially. But this is there's no other way for you to go except through.
Basically, I would run and jump through it, between it would be between the legs of a bigger monster, but I'm applying it to this wall.
I don't know. I'm not a fan, Austin. I don't think so.
How about advantage?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage. That's fair.
Right.
That's good haggling.
Yeah, that's actually really good haggling. Great
Right.
Diplomacy.
16.
Okay. 16, man, that moist, slimy, rough kind of stone wall that feels pretty rubbery and gross when it gets all up in your face. You manage to get by it though. Rinaldo, you're still rolling dex. You're about halfway to the door.
Okay. I'm trying to get out of here. 10.
You stay on your feet, but you make no progress.
Okay.
Oh, God. I wish there was...
That gurgling sound's getting a little louder.
Okay.
Has Anne made it to the door?
Anne is up the stairwell.
When I get to the top, I'm gonna tell Danyan to go get anybody who can help fight. I say there's something in the basement and it's eating Rinaldo.
Something in the basement is eating Rinaldo would be a great title. If
It's a little wordy.
If we could fit it.
It wouldn't fit on any feed.
You're right. Sorry. All right. Just, Johnny, whenever I can roll to keep moving, just let me know when I can.
No, I roll to keep moving again.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep botching these until I die. That's my plan.
Hey, Leon, please please, as a favor to me, make sure Ronaldo's last words are, "No one can kill Ronaldo." People will be furious if you let that chance go.
Look, I've planned a lot of last words for Ronaldo ahead of time, so just
Can you say all of them?
No. 6! I rolled a 6.
Oh my god! You're gonna die!
All right, Leon, you lose your footing again.
Yep.
You hit the ground.
Oh.
The waves keep pushing you back.
Okay.
Anne?
Good thing he has all the plot MacGuffins.
As you're making your way up the stairs, Anne, you begin to see another pinch.
This sucks 1,000 dicks.
Yeah, I have both the things.
Squeak is still on me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Squeak!
He's not big enough to handle either of those objects, though. I don't think he is.
I don't know if he's your go-to guy at this point in time.
No, I was gonna be like, if he was big enough to hold, like, at least one of them, I would at least try to attempt to have him get something from Ronaldo, but I don't know. I guess I would have to dexterity my way to him, get the things, and then either help him or leave him to die.
This is like a pivotal moment in the relationship between Ronaldo and Allana. Does she go back and save him?
Oh, God. Fine.
You guys have been antagonistic this whole time. But if another pinch is moving down the hallway, I would like to do the same thing I did last time, Johnny.
All right, go for it.
Oh!
Shut up. 9.
This time you catch it. And it pushes you back a little bit. You lose your footing on the stairs a touch, but you don't fall over. But you find yourself almost back down at the base of the stairs.
This is the worst. I feel like we're missing something. Are we supposed to be fighting this, or because it's like really hard?
I have an idea. Johnny, when you say the ground is moving, does it feel like water, or does it still feel like the ground?
Do you want to clarify that? Like, does it feel like fluid? Could you sink into it?
Yeah, how do I put this? I'm standing on it. I'm not sinking down, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like quicksand or liquid, but it's behaving as though it has some kind of flexibility to it.
Like a waterbed?
Yeah. Okay, look, Ronaldo gets a terrible idea. He draws his swords and he stabs them into the ground, and then sort of like, how do I put this? Marine crawls his way to the door while stabbing forward. Like he's trying not to get pulled back.
Like the Sylvester Stallone movie Cliffhanger.
Yeah, except up, except forward, except using these swords to steady himself.
30 episode callback.
So can I get like I don't know, advantage to my staying on my feet and going forward with this great idea?
Are you staying on your feet, or you're gonna crawl? You're gonna remain on your stomach and
No. I'm gonna be sort of on my feet, but like stabbing, and so I hold my balance.
Okay, so kind of in a crouching position.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Advantage.
All right. This was a surprisingly good idea from me.
Okay, what can I see that is behind Ronaldo?
All right, I got a 16.
Okay. You were almost at the door, Ronaldo. One more roll will probably do it.
Should I roll again, or is there something before that?
First of all, Allana, behind Ronaldo, you're pretty confident that you could see a little bit farther in the dark than you can now.
What do you mean by that? Because I have dark vision. Is it that kind of darkness, or is it like darkness that's like supernatural?
It's like, no, even to dark vision, you're pretty sure that you used to be able to see farther.
So it's getting darker. That's good.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, it looks to you like it's getting darker.
Cool.
But I don't know, maybe something else is happening.
Oh my god, we have to get out of here.
10 for perception? Can I actually tell what it is?
All you know is, alright,
It's dark.
is that when you came down here, you used to be able to see a certain amount of floor.
Now I can't.
You can't see that same amount of floor anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Ronaldo, okay, you're almost there. Come on, let's go. Let's go!
I'm gonna stab forward again. In my advantage dealies. I got a 9. So.
Can I, like, hold out my hand and see if I can strength check him?
Yeah. If you wanna roll out a strength check.
Oh God, I don't know if I can.
Just letting you know, before you do this, if you botch, you may be coming with me.
That's fine.
I'm just letting you know. All right, go ahead.
I have a -2 to strength, just FYI.
Oh, good.
It wasn't a botch though. It wasn't a botch.
I know it's only a 1 unnaturally, so it's not.
Yeah, I rolled a 3, but because I have a -2, it is a 1.
You guys have a really touching moment where she reaches back and you guys lock eyes, and there's a moment of respect, and then she trips and slams into you, and you go tumbling backwards.
Johnny, what happens?
I'm gonna say that's a no contact because at this point in time, like, I'm assuming, Jess, that you wouldn't necessarily put yourself in danger to reach out towards him.
No, I just hold out my hand enough that if he came to me, I'd be able to pull him.
Yeah, you got nothing. You can't reach him. You put your hand out, but like the moment that you do, you feel a little unsettled, and then you're kind of like, no, I can't do it.
Okay.
But then you're like trying to reach him, and you're like, grab my hand, and Leon's like, you have to reach farther, and you're like, I can't reach farther. Grab my fucking hand.
I think this is the part where we seriously have to consider Rinaldo throwing the items to Allana.
Yeah, man. I mean, it might be easier at this point.
Rinaldo is not, doing the throw me the idol, I'll throw you the whip moment at this time. I'm sorry, but his hands are far.
Okay, the alternative is that Gorfanax fucking eats you.
Guys, that's it.
What?
The whip. Rinaldo, whip Allana.
I don't think she's steady enough. She's tiny. It wouldn't work.
Wrap around her like a fucking... I love this image.
I don't think it would work.
And she can pull you like a Siberian husky.
No. Rinaldo, I'm just gonna keep trying to go forward. I don't have any greater ideas, so I'm trying again before I die. 18 was
nice.
Good. Roll again. 18. Okay, I got an 18.
All right, 18. You make it.
Okay.
All right. So that last push, you manage to get yourself to the door, which is good because once you kind of like stand up against the wall and glance back, even now you are aware of an encroaching darkness on the floor that looks suspiciously like a hole, getting real close to where you guys discovered the fang. It's still coming too, by the way. I mean, it's not moving with any like great speed, but
it's noticeable.
Yeah, you don't want to stick around, is what I'm trying to say.
Rinaldo bolts up the stairs.
Okay, so question: door stairs or stairs door?
What?
Okay, my question is are we up the stairs and by the door, or are we at the door about to go up the stairs?
Oh, you're at the door about to go up the stairs. When you have a look up the stairs, you can see Anne kind of like struggling with these slimy walls that are trying to like push her back down the stairs.
Okay.
It looks like, like bulges in the wall have appeared further up the stairs from her and start like moving towards her, as if to try and like corral her back down the stairs to where you guys are.
As Anna's struggling, she wants to use her thaumaturgy yell to yell up to Danyan to basically scream for help.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just I'm just saying, as she's struggling, she's screaming like, "Danyan, help somebody!"
Okay. You do remember that it was a several minute descent on the stairs, though, right?
Yeah, but also echoes, acoustics, caves.
Yeah.
Also, for listeners, I think some of the confusion is that there's a door at the bottom of the stairs and the top, so like top door and bottom door are like the helpful nomenclature, I think, at this juncture.
Yeah, that's why I was really confused. Okay.
We're at the bottom door.
Okay, I'm going up. I don't know what else to say. I'm going up.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can actually do some athletic shit and like get some like, I don't know.
Can I crouching tiger this bitch?
Can I use a dexterity roll to handspring the fuck up the stairs?
No. No. There's
Let's not handspring right now.
Well, I mean, at least dexterously get up the stairs, I guess, is my question.
To minimize your contact with the ground, because if the ground is what's pushing you back, the less time you spend on it, the less...
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm trying to do.
it's not the ground, it's the walls.
Okay, can I dexterously avoid the walls? Like...
I think we're taking strength checks for walls, but I don't...
The stairs is strength checks, because there's practically no way for you to avoid contact with these walls on their way down. You're lucky they're kind of slick, though, actually.
Just tell me when I gotta roll. That's all I want to know. I want to get out of here.
We'll start from the top down. Austin, strength check, and advantage because you're...
I have never in my life... How... I should screen cap this. I just rolled 2 2-2s.
Dude, you gotta screen cap it, man.
He's got 2 0. Austin rolled 2 zeros. Okay.
Double zeros, what does it mean?
I have +3 to strength, so I'm rolling as well. But it's not very good. It's 11.
And Jess?
9. God, we suck.
It's not been a good one for us.
Okay, Leon, you managed to maintain your position. So the walls kind of hit you, and they struggle to kind of push you down the stairs, but they don't. You stand your ground. You don't get any headway, but it doesn't move you. They kind of like bulge and push against you, but then they sort of get halfway there, and then it just sort of like lets you through. Okay. The bonus of that is that because Allana is standing right behind you, she doesn't really get pushed too badly by it. Mm-hmm. So she stays where she is. But while you're standing where you are, Anne comes tumbling in a heap and just like thumps right up against your knees, kind of like ass over tea kettle, as it were, and sort of looks up at you confusedly because she thinks that she's not really sure what's going on at this point in time. She feels like she should be way, way higher up the stairs, and is kind of like, Rinaldo, what are you doing here? That was fast.
Okay, where are we now?
We're at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh my god!
You're in the stairwell, but you're making your way up.
All right.
And after every push on the wall, you get yourselves like there's a good 15 seconds or so that you get to move before you can see another one approaching.
Okay, Rinaldo grabs Anne and holds her like a piece of luggage and runs up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. I mean, he's basically a battering ram for me because I'm too small to like deal with it.
All right.
When Rinaldo scoops me up, I'm gonna cast Radiance of the Dawn, which is a explosion of light which banishes all darkness, and all enemies need to make a Constitution save.
Oh.
So I don't know if this is gonna hurt the walls, but we're gonna find out. Also, we're gonna get that darkness out of there. It's a Constitution 15 save.
Take that, walls. I guess the walls are alive, so they would have to, yeah.
Yeah, so he saved, so he only takes half of 2d10 plus my cleric level, which is 2. So they take 6 damage,
okay,
which isn't much, but let's see if it stuns them. I don't know if they're expecting that. And also all the darkness is banished.
All right.
All right. I think it's a cool image. She gets picked up and she's like, "Fuck this shit. Let there be light."
Okay. So the next approaching pinch, if you will, shudders back into the wall, and everything looks normal for a few seconds.
I'm just keep running. I have nothing more I'm gonna be doing except running.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna be using him as a personal shield at this point.
Do we see anything behind us with the darkness banished? Because I'm being held like a briefcase, so I'll look back.
No. When you look back, all you see are stairs. Remember, the stairs are quite circuitous too. So, moving even just like 10 or 15 seconds up the stairs, you don't get a good look at the landing that you were on at all.
Okay, then I'm gonna face forward, and if I see a pinch coming, I'm gonna try to hit it with Sacred Flame because it couldn't hurt.
All right, you see another one coming. But as you see it coming, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs as well.
I don't know if that's good or bad. Let's find out.
Okay, so is it Ronaldo's turn to roll, or?
Yeah, the pinch is coming before the steps. So.
All right.
All right, you want to brace yourself, Ronaldo?
13.
13. All right, you don't make any headway, but you manage to keep yourself in the game. You don't get pushed back down, and you're on your feet, and everybody's with you.
All right.
Past that, you hear the footsteps getting closer and closer and closer. And coming around the corner up ahead, Danyan appears.
Oh, God, Danyan, this guy.
Man, you are so mistrustful of everything.
He's currently under the he's currently in the middle of an action of wrapping what looks like a leather strap around his arm and whispering what is a verbal incantation. And you recognize the spell as freedom of movement. Cool,
I think.
When he finishes the incantation, he reaches out and grabs Rinaldo by the forehead in a slightly disrespectful way, like he's kind of like slapping you on the forehead at the same time as grabbing you.
Rinaldo doesn't know what's going on, so he struggles. He's fighting back because he doesn't understand what's happening.
If I recognize the spell, I tell Rinaldo to stop.
It's too late.
I can tell you as soon as I see you struggling, you idiot.
Okay, all right. I don't know what happens then.
Everyone casts spells on Rinaldo by hitting him.
No, that's different.
Well, that's because he keeps insulting them.
Am I strength checking with this guy or what?
Do you want to fight him?
I'm telling you not to, in character. And
dude, you are so outclassed.
All right, Rinaldo, let's it go once Anne says to.
Okay. So Danyan says, quickly, we have to hurry, and then starts running up the stairs. You see another pinch coming in the stairs, but then, like, he just seems to glide right by it. Like, it doesn't pass through him, but it does not succeed in obstructing his movement in, like, any way whatsoever.
What an onion, bro.
I was really hoping I would knock him over. Damn it, the idea would just die because of a misunderstanding.
The pinch is coming your way, Rinaldo. What do you do?
I what I normally do, I guess.
He gave you the spell. You can just run through it.
Rinaldo doesn't understand what's going on, though. No one has explained.
And just yells, "Run!"
Rinaldo runs.
All right, you run full tilt into the pinch that's coming your way, and much to your surprise, as soon as it hits you, you expect to be kind of like, when you see those internet videos of people holding like broomsticks and running into door jams.
No.
And then they just get like clotheslined.
No, no, I have no idea what you're talking about, but all right, let's pretend that's a thing.
Like people, when you're holding something longer than a door is wide, and then people try and like run through the door, and then it just like...
I must be watching the wrong internet videos, but okay.
All right.
We'll say it's a thing.
You're expecting that to happen. You're like, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea, but like, it is effortlessly as a fart. You just glide right through this thinning aperture, and just slide out the back, as though it were never there in the first place.
Okay.
Oh, okay, let's get out of here.
He just keeps going then.
All right. So, for a few minutes, up the stairs you run. And it's not long before you find yourself back in the office at the church with Danyan, who was moving pretty fast for an old dude and is breathing heavy, trying to recover. And he says to you, as you emerge, all slimy and gross, "What was that?"
Anne wiggles out of Rinaldo's arms and just walks over and hugs Danyan.
I'm going to turn to Rinaldo and go, so do we think that was Gorfanax?
It was gross. It might have been.
Do you guys happen to have, like, a blue whale in your basement?
No.
Then we might have a problem.
And I think we'll end it on that. Then we might have a problem.
All right. I wanted to do one more thing, but it would probably just like end the game. So I'm not gonna do it this turn. All right. I guess I'm done.
Off the clock comment, Leon. Were you gonna hurt Onion?
Oh no, something way worse than that.
Oh God.
I'll do it next time.
Next time on Dice Funk.
It's been many years since your adventures in Stone Root, and the three of you look upon each other on your 1-year anniversary of owning a disco nightclub and come to the conclusion that you're much happier with this lifestyle.
Rinaldo stands on the severed head of Dan Onion. It deflates and squishes like a wet balloon.
If Rinaldo died, do you think we would get a new friend? Like, maybe an elf or a dwarf or, I don't know, like a unicorn, maybe?
That was way too much goo, and I am never going back down there.
I thought you were going to say that's way too much goo, and coming from me, that means a lot.
Wow. Uncool.
As always, our theme song is A Fistful of Nickels, the overclocked remix arrangement of Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Executive producers for the month of April 2016 are Joseph Timbrello, Ingmar Gremin, Finch de Jong, James Bevan, Luke Powers, The Cult of Gorfanax, Michael Goodell, Wayne Witzke, Brent, Jason, Neil, Exley, Gary Sion, Dash Shawn the Rage Monster, Carl Kurtz, Eric Kimball, Harrison Andrew, Phoenix Mod, Jade, Tarka, Jorit, Anno Stulfarer, Dylan, Giorgio Renna, Christopher Charlo, Cody Jackson, August Rue, and Taylor Hoyt. You can help support the show by subscribing to Renegade Cut on YouTube, by rating us on iTunes, by subscribing to us on Podbean, or commenting wherever you found this show. Or, if you want to support the show more directly, you can help out by visiting patreon.com/AustinYorsky for me, patreon.com/RenegadeCut for Leon, or patreon.com/RavenAllegria13 for Jess. If you want to support Johnny, clap your hands if you believe.